Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the ThunderCats Classic Deluxe Mumm-Ra Staction figure from Icon Heroes. Staction is actually a hybrid word that's derived from both statue and action figure. So basically this is a statue that's the size of an action figure, just no articulation. This was actually first made pretty popular with NECA when they were producing the Masters of the Universe Staction figures from the 2002 toy line. And now Icon Heroes is doing the same thing for the ThunderCats property. So let's take a look at Mumm-Ra here. Mumm-Ra comes in this really cool window box. The front of the box bears the Mumm-Ra logo right across the front. And then it's got two Velcro flaps that you open it up that shows the Mumm-Ra figure within. So there's a really cool painted background behind Mumm-Ra showing Mumm-Ra's tomb. And then check this out, I love this part. On the inside of both of the flaps we have this awesome artwork of both regular Mumm-Ra with the red robes and then Mumm-Ra the Ever-Living, and then you've got that awesome catchphrase going all the way across the packaging. Ancient spirits of evil, transform this dickhead form to Mumm-Ra the Ever-Living! Yeah, you gotta do the voice when you read it. That's just the way it works. Anyway, seriously, I love the packaging, and I love that artwork. I think that's a really cool, really unique box, and will work well for mint on card collectors, too. If they want to actually leave this figure in the box, that's a great display piece. Now, the back of the box has actually got some pretty sweet stuff, too, because it shows you the finished product of Mumm-Ra right there in the center. Then over on the right, it's got this really cool comparison section where it shows a shot from the classic cartoon that they based the artwork off of. It shows the concept art they drew for the statue, and then their work in progress sculpt. I really like that. I thought that was a really cool added touch. Alright, so now let's take a look at Mumm-Ra outside of that box. The sculpt on this guy is absolutely beautiful. Seriously, this thing is really well done, and it definitely works well as that whole Staction feel, because it's got the sculpting details of a statue, but it stands about 7 inches tall or so, so it's about your action figure scale. He is really massive, though. Unlike some of the other statues that Icon Heroes produce, this is not a resin statue. This one's actually made of a really thick, really durable plastic. It actually makes him a little more affordable, which is nice, and he doesn't really have that fragile feel that the resin statues usually do. Now just take a look at some of the painted details here. I mean, it's really great. You look at the details on his face, you got those deep red eyes, set behind that gold crown that he's wearing. It's just so demonic and evil looking. I love it. And then I think my favorite part is actually all the flowing robes that are hanging down. You got the Mumm-Ra ribbons that are just kind of hanging over his shoulders, and they all look like they're just flowing naturally right off his body. It looks fantastic. Then there's the tassels on the crown that are blowing in the wind, while you've got his cape wide open. You can see there's nice shaded detail going on too. The cape is very tattered and torn. It's got this really great red with good shading going all the way across it, so it's really got some depth to it. The whole thing feels really nice and really detailed. Now, Mumm-Ra includes a little stand. He does actually have a small peg sticking out of the bottom of his foot, so you do want to actually have this stand to help keep him balanced. As I said, he is a little heavy, so he actually would be a little top-heavy, I think, especially with that open cape, if you didn't have the stand underneath him, so that definitely helps. Now, if you were lucky enough to purchase this at San Diego Comic-Con this year, you also received this bonus Ma-Mutt to display with your Mumm-Ra. Ma-Mutt is a very cool little added bonus accessory. He's kind of got the same thing going on. He's got the same little black stand with the peg in his foot to help keep him balanced. And he just looks awesome. He's a great sculpt all the way around. Looks like he's right out of the vintage cartoon series. Great shading, great painted details. An extra awesome bonus to add with your Mumm-Ra statue. Alright, how about some comparison time? Here's the Mumm-Ra Staction standing alongside the vintage LJ and Mumm-Ra action figure. Now yeah, there is quite a bit of difference here, because the vintage Mumm-Ra action figure had a different color scheme than the Mumm-Ra in the actual cartoon series. This Mumm-Ra Staction is actually based more on the animated look. Now there was a PowerCon ThunderCats exclusive version of this exact same statue that was painted in the same colors as the vintage LJ and toy, which unfortunately I do not own, but is still a very, very cool paint deco. Now, I was a little gun-shy at first when the Icon Heroes released their ThunderCats Stactions. They were a little pricey, and I wasn't really into the small size of the resin ones like the Lion-O that was released before it. But once I saw the change to the more Staction figure approach, with the non-resin figures that were on the larger scale and the lower prices, well, that immediately got me interested, and I jumped on board with this Mumm-Ra figure, and I could not be happier. This is an excellent display piece, and I really hope that we see some more Staction figures from Icon Heroes in this exact same style of some of the other popular ThunderCats characters. Until next time.